This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, Wednesday, September the 13th. Wherever you're listening around the world, thanks for spending some time with us. Here's what we want you to do, regardless of where you live, is go to our hospital's website, which is bghf.ca/auction, and bid on the silent auction for our upcoming gala. Because we got some really cool stuff on there. We were talking about that this morning. We gave it a couple of days. I think it launched on Monday.
Yes.
So we gave it a couple of days to get some bids in. Because one of my favorite things to do is to look for items I like and people I know, and then bid on the items with the people I know, which forces them then to go back and bid more money. So that's how I raise money to the hospital without spending any of my money. I spend my money on the things that I want and that I get and that I enjoy, but I raise more money by irritating my friends. Well, they're not my friends, they're people I know. They start out being my friends, and after that, they don't want to be my friend anymore because I cost them money. But in the end, it's a win-win.
But it's all for a good cause.
It's a great cause. Oh, it's so good.
There is something I want to bid on, though, but that's the thing. I'm going to bid, and then someone else is going to outbid me.
Yeah. So you can't talk about it.
It's hard to wait, but because I want to get my bid in, but I still have a week. So it's very
bidding wraps
conflicted.
Up next Wednesday.
Yes, but some wonderful items on there. Already just shy of 10,000, I think, raised. Since the auction on Monday.
That's so good.
With just because there's, what did we say, nearly 100 items on there, and whatever you could imagine really is on there. There's food, there's spa treatments, there's trips, there's your favorite, a day with the chief.
Police chief for a day.
Exactly.
So you're the police chief for a day. Already it's at $300. That'll go for,
see what it's
I don't know, $500 or $600, maybe $1,000 by the time it's done. Mike Callahan's in his office by 6:30, so there's no showing up at 9. If you're police chief for a day, you should get the whole day. You should get a car. You should get his cut of his pension. No meetings. I think there's meetings.
We have a very good, I would say, rapport with the chief right now.
Yeah.
You're going to ruin it by putting his pension up there. We did hear he already ate the baking that his wife had made for us.
She made us some baked goods.
And then he messaged us that he ate it.
Screw that. I'm eating them. These guys aren't getting anything. Terry, I'll see you Saturday. Thank you so much for the baked goods. They're lovely. You're a lovely person. Mike's going to put you in meetings all day. I'm not spending money to be in meetings.
If you were to win that, if you were to outbid everybody and
be police chief
he would put you in meetings all day. You would be in meetings all day.
Because he knows.
None of the fun stuff. None of the car chasing or the tasering or
where's the car? I want Pat Como and I to go out with tasers. And we're going to get some law and order.
That was so much fun. I think I enjoyed that way too much.
Yeah.
When we were there for the day, Pat demonstrated the taser and explained it all to us, which was fascinating.
It really was.
I think I might have scared you and him with my fascination.
You terrified me a lot.
It's pretty cool.
When you started asking, where can somebody buy one? Whoa, what?
I did not ask that. I know better.
You tried to shoplift.
But can I try it?
yeah. Mark, stand still. So police chief for days on that. That's a lot of fun.
That's a big
really
one.
Cool.
That would be a lot of fun,
cool.
as you pointed out. And I thought it was with the Hospital Foundation last year, but it was the Children's Foundation that had that.
They had one as well.
With theirs.
See, Mike just gives this stuff up.
That's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. Because again, it makes such good money for the hospital. And what does it cost? Nothing.
And who doesn't want to be police chief for a day?
So good. So good.
That's so cool. The child in all of us is just screaming at that, going, yes, I want to do that.
And then some of the fun stuff, cello lessons. When else would you get to spend an hour or two with a cellist and learn how to...
You know, that's always that I wanted to learn how to play the cello.
$40.
That was the instrument that I always wanted to play, was a cello. I thought that was a beautiful instrument. The sound is incredible.
This is an orchestral instrument. You could, even if it's just for a little bit to give you a taste. And who knows where it leads. So you buy it and you give it to a 10-year-old and watch their world open up. $40 right now. Mystical distributing a box of fireworks. You open that up.
Ding, ding. That caught my attention.
On the back channel of the Trent. $200.
You make it sound like I live. Well, I do live in the middle of nowhere.
I'm pretty sure I just described your front yard.
It's not my front yard.
pretty close, and it's magical.
It is magical.
There is a number of photography studios which have gift certificates, and sizable ones, like $100 and $150.
Yes, and this is the time of year.
This is the time you want to get something, fall pictures, for Christmas cards, whatever.
But even a gift.
Yeah.
Like, there are gift ideas, and I know nobody wants to think about I am already thinking about Christmas.
Yeah.
That would be a great gift for someone as well. They don't have to necessarily use it right now, but give it to someone. Who doesn't want that? That'd be incredible for mom and dad to get under the tree.
There's an autographed Ed Sheeran CD. Autographed
that
by
caught my
Ed
eye,
Sheeran,
yes.
not autographed by Charity and I.
No. Or the donator.
Yeah.
Of the CD.
Scribbled on.
But that would be cool. It's Subtract, which came out this May.
Yeah.
So it's the newest one.
Autographed, pretty cool.
Autographed copy.
Staycation down in the county, a 2-night stay at Merrill House, only at $375 right now. I'm sure a night is that.
And the dinner cruise in Napanee.
Yeah, dinner cruise in Napanee.
How fun would that be?
1 hour iFloat gift certificate, 2 Clearwater stand-up paddle boards, and virtually every restaurant in the InQuinte region has a gift certificate available.
He's not
If
exaggerating.
Not 2. Literally, they're all there. They're all there.
You like to eat? You'll find something on there.
All money
a few
going to the hospital.
And you told me which ones you...
Yep. So I'm in on 3 of them.
Yes.
According to my phone, I've got it set up. I'll get a ding when I'm outbid.
Can we talk about the food when you...
Oh, yeah, for sure. So
because I know how much you like it, but the fact that it's 4 is what?
2.
It's 2.
I'm up on 4. That's right. I'm up on 4 things. I forgot.
Oh, I thought it was just 3.
I'm up on the Papa John's pizza for a year.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the
Mary
chicken.
Brown's?
The Mary
Brown's.
dinner
Okay.
for 18.
No. It's 18 pieces of chicken.
Oh, okay. Well, essentially dinner for 18.
3 guys in a football game.
Okay, sure.
So it's 18 pieces of chicken, and then whatever that comes with, because it's a meal. So you get your potato wedgies.
But it's 2, right?
Yeah, and it's 2
18.
separate. Yes, 2 separates. So I'm in on that, and I said, we'll invite you and Wayne over, and we're just going to knock it out of the park.
It's got to be a football Sunday, though.
Sure. Well, I don't care.
Like,
A
your
Friday
football
night.
Sundays, though,
Yeah, I know.
would that not be perfect?
It would be. Absolutely would be. But, like, would you guys want to come over for that? Because I'm not fun on the best of times.
I
but if there's
don't
football,
watch football.
Then
So
you guys-
for Wayne to have someone to watch football with
that'd be cool.
would probably be good for him.
Okay. Then, yeah, maybe a Sunday. You guys come over, bring the boys.
If you get the chicken.
Okay. Well, I mean, borderline friendship now. Maybe I'll
Not
just
the
pay for
kids.
the chicken. No. That's what grandmas and
They
grandpas
just
are
like
for.
watching it more than I do, so it would not be enjoyable.
Good. Then keep them away because I don't want to deal with them.
I thought when you told me that, I'm like, that is amazing.
Yeah. That'd be great.
18-piece chicken dinners.
I want in on that.
That is very, very
I'm in on
good.
a car detailing. I'm in on cordless drills. And then I'm good. And then I bid on some other stuff that I saw people I know, like Jeff Cox, Carl Cox. RV.
See, that's the other part of your plan, though.
Yeah.
Not only to bid yourself,
right,
but to see people you know.
Yeah.
And I think people are catching on because I see a lot of anonymous bidding.
Right, because they're afraid, because they know I'm diabolical.
If Philman sees me, he's going to.
Yep. But I know what people like, and it's like, okay, I know you're not stopping there. No. So I'll bid on that. I don't want it, but you go ahead. You get the hoser's car wash. Because, yeah, fine, $10 more. Because I know you're going to outbid me.
Sometimes with online auctions, people think they're items that not necessarily they won't use, but perhaps items out of their, I don't want to say reach, but more expensive items. You know what I get?
No, I know what
I'm
you're saying. Like,
so
when would
that's
I
what I
ever
mean.
go for cello lessons?
Exactly. As wonderful as it is, as you just said with the hoser's car wash, who couldn't use that? Like,
Absolutely.
everybody
Come on
could use
now.
that.
And the money goes to the hospital.
Exactly. So there really is something on there. It's not, I guess I think, it's not artwork and wine tasting. And,
But that's
on there too.
Lots of those.
It ranges. There's something for everybody. The pet value, we just got 2 new kittens, and I'm looking at that going, oh, that would be really good.
Right. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to bid on that one.
Oh, yeah. And if you want booze,
there's booze.
There's booze and tastings, and you can stay there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's so much. BGHF for Belleville General Hospital Foundation, bghf.ca/auction. Takes you right there.
Yeah.
Countdown, register. They've got a little thing when you register that says, you can click on it and say, would you mind covering some of the admin costs so all the money goes to the hospital? Click that, okay? Because, people got to get paid. and I want all the money to go to the hospital, so I don't mind paying 2% more, whatever. Click that OK, so Steve and the staff and all the volunteers get all that money going right back into the community at the hospital.
At the time of this recording,
yes,
the auction had raised $7,000.
All right, we're $7,000.
So we're not even at the gala yet.
Nope,
and
Saturday.
The auction's open till next Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
So
yep.
We're well on our way, but
we'll give you some updates, except the items that Charity and I want, then they're closed.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about them.
We talk a good fundraise until somebody outbids us.
It's like, what are you doing?
Then the competitive dragon comes out with fire. So that's
much like our throwback this morning.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
Speaking of fundraising,
we'll get
tomorrow is a big day for the United Way of Quinte. It is the kickoff of the campaign, as well as the campaign fundraising figure will be unveiled. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at the pavilion at Westwicks Park tomorrow morning. Spoke with Jennifer Smith to get all the details on that. There are 2 rites of passage in the fall. First day of school and the kickoff of the annual United Way campaign. Jennifer Smith of the United Way of Quinte joins us this morning, moments away from the kickoff of the breakfast at 8 o'clock. It's outdoors today. How adventurous.
I know. You know what? We're not letting that warm weather or the hopes of warm weather leave anytime soon. We're going to keep this summer around for as long as possible. And so, we're here outdoors this morning, and we're so excited as you can imagine, because today's the big day for the big reveal.
Yep, set up at the Lions Pavilion, not only for the pancake breakfast, but that big reveal, the goal announcement coming up about 8:30. You're going to make that announcement?
Yes. So people are just kind of arriving. The breakfast is underway. We've gone back to a traditional pancake breakfast this year, which I know, Mark, you're very excited about.
I love pancakes.
I know you have a professional radio show to do and all those sort of things, but I feel like we should start taking bets on how many pancakes Mark can eat in a given sitting. That might be a good challenge.
What do you think the over/under is? I think 5.5.
Yeah, that's it.
They're a good size. They're a good size.
You know what?
7.
I was going to say, I thought you could do more.
We'll keep you posted, but you got to arrive on site to kind of analyze the full situation.
Right,
but
exactly.
We know you can do it. It would be a wonderful challenge to have. But, we know that Starboard's such a wonderful supporter. There's so much excitement in the air right now, and we just can't wait to kick off this year's campaign. It's been, in all honesty, a really tough year for a lot of people this year, and that means, the need is higher than ever. And so this year's goal will most definitely reflect that, but we know our community can do it, and we're just so excited to pull together again.
Jennifer Smith of the United Way of Quinte. The kickoff is coming up shortly, then the great reveal, which is normally done with the entire cabinet, each holding a number. Who are some of the important people who are helping out this year?
Well, one person in particular is Dan McCullough of Magna Auto Systems, and Dan has been with our campaign cabinet for the past 4 years, so very familiar with the United Way and the important work that we're doing, and we're very proud to say that this year he is leading the 2023 campaign. We have professionals from all walks of life on this year's cabinet, some returning and a number of them new, which is wonderful to see. Individuals who might be a business owner, some from the manufacturing sector, from the finance sector. And the reason we like a well-versed group is really to gain new perspectives, have new ideas. Mark, we know that you're heavily involved with the campaign charity as well. It's so important for us to have individuals that are able to spread the word and really get behind the United Way movement.
Okay, so if you're on your way there, you're in for a great breakfast. It's going to make you feel good. But then you're going to want to work out those pancakes.
Mm-hmm, because once that goal is announced, it's off and running. It's go time to start to raise money with the United Way. And you have an event coming up actually this Saturday.
That's right, yeah. So each year, Ontario public service employees really come together to support United Ways, not only in our community, but communities across the region, which is so wonderful to see. And so this year, the OPS Bike for United Way is once again taking place. They will be convening in Dwix Park this coming Saturday, and then from there, they're going on quite the route through Prince Edward County. It's always a really popular choice for obvious reasons. They're going to embark on that Bike for United Way with proceeds supporting United Way.
Okay. Well, you're busy. I know that. Get back at it. We can't wait to hear the amount that's going to be raised, I'm sure, when that campaign goal is released later on this morning. And say hi to everybody for us and save us a few pancakes.
Most definitely, Mark. Your seat is right there. With we're putting 10 on the plate just in case.
Oh, 10 of them.
Easy peasy, Mark. Now, it normally is at the Quinte Mall.
Has been, yeah, the Kindness Court.
And this year they've moved it down to Westwick's for the pavilion, which is, I like it. I like that.
I think that has been in a few other locations.
Okay.
And it got held off, because that's what I'm thinking. Of course, because of COVID, it got held off. You couldn't always. So they were doing some virtual ones, but you're right. I think now that they're back at it, let's move it around a little bit. And that's great. Quinte Mall's still a tremendous supporter.
Yes, but I had it in my head that, wait a minute, I thought it was at the Quinte Mall.
Yeah.
So yes,
it has been
at the pavilion this year, the Lions Pavilion, and I don't blame Jennifer. You know what? Hang on to this nice weather as long as we can.
Yeah, for
Be out
sure.
there, enjoy it. It's an exciting day, and you should be outside.
Last year it raised neighborhood of, I think it was slightly more than $2 million it raised for the community. And as you heard from Jennifer there, when we have her on the show tomorrow as well, tough year.
The need is increasing.
Yeah.
It really is across the board.
Figures, I mean, when I was chair of the United Way campaign, figures were 1 in 3. 1 in 3 people in the community will have a direct impact on a service or program funded by the United Way.
And how long ago was that?
And that was 2010. So
10 years ago. So I hate to say it, but it's probably 1 in 2, like
right.
half.
Yeah. And,
half of us.
I mean, and they range from YMCA.
Yeah.
So you think, well, wait a minute, I use the Y, and so how am I benefiting? Well, you are. Your fees aren't as high as they are, or a program is funded that helps children that they normally wouldn't fund. Like, you may not know how. So they range from things like the YMCA that you get to programs where somebody needs to answer a phone in the middle of the night because there's nobody else to help.
Exactly.
And you don't know those programs. You don't know, because I know, where there's a house in town that assists families that are having problems with their children. There's a home in town. You don't even know it's there. Until I became fundraising chair and learned where all of the programs are, I would drive by that house and never give it a second thought. And now I say a prayer when I drive by it, because I know all the good that goes in there with that money. And it's not for everybody to know. I'm not going to say it's nobody's business, but they don't advertise. There are people that need a very, very important programs, and the United Way funds them. You know a lot of them, some you don't know, but you're helping all of them. So if you get a chance to take part in any of the great events, or a withdrawal on your paycheck, that's how we do it around here.
And that'll be coming up.
That'll be coming up.
You'll be sending out the forms here shortly. Yep. But in the meantime, as Jennifer said, there's the bike event this Saturday that you can get involved in. And that, as you said, just one of many events coming up. We also heard from, we were talking with Corporal Mackenzie Bruce this morning. We're going to air that next week, I know. But Rubber on the Ramp is also in support of the United Way. And it's coming up next weekend, the 23rd and 24th. So there are these events throughout the year. Lots of ways for you to help them out. And if you can, do it.
Yep. UnitedWayOfQuinte.ca as well as the website. There are all kinds of challenges that are going out. If you make a certain donation, it might get topped up. It might get doubled. All kinds of things going on. So we are right into it for sure. So Jennifer, thanks. More on that with the show tomorrow. Once again, we'll hear from Police Chief Mike Callahan again, speaking of police chiefs for a day. Because tomorrow night, once again, is the first of the 2 public info nights.
Open forum to the public to come in and share their thoughts.
Strategic planning they're going to be doing, and they want your input. So Jerry Masterson Center in Thurlow Ward is going to be tomorrow night from 6 until 8. We'll have him on the show for that. And then Throwback Thursday. Here we go.
You want back to the competitiveness.
I have no idea.
You were so, okay, I have to know.
Okay.
This drives me crazy about you. Because I think I have a pretty good read on you, and then you do something, and it's like,
So you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
When I brought up the song I wanted to use this week for Throwback, you genuinely seemed excited that you wanted to hear it too.
That is a great choice. Yeah.
You wanted to hear it too.
Yeah.
You wanted it to win this week.
I did.
And then you completely sabotage and pick a song that's kicking my butt right now.
Yeah. I can tell you why.
Yeah. Great, Mark. That's great.
This is why our friendship is hanging by a thread.
One of the reasons.
You know what I want to tell you why? You know why?
Why?
Because 3 weeks ago, I went and saw Jimmy Eat World with my son in Toronto.
Yes.
And so before the concert started at 8 with the opening act, they were just playing songs. They were just, we got there at like 6:30. The first band was on at 7:30 or 8. Like we were in there. They're just playing stuff. And my song, which is Sister Christians by Night Ranger, came over the speakers. And everybody in there started singing. And I tucked that in the back of my mind, and I went, interesting. Because we hardly ever, if ever, play that song. We talk about 80s, right?
I know,
And
but you
it's like,
set me up.
So that when you said 1984 and that song was on the list, I went, Night Ranger, Sister Christian.
You were supposed to pick one, though, that wouldn't do well.
That would kind of stink the joint out.
A little bit. You even said that. You said that.
I know,
because
but-
when you look at that year, I think mine, Scandal's Warrior, was 46 and Sister Christian was 49?
Something like
48,
that.
49.
Yeah.
I finished above that.
And yet-
but,
Yeah.
and yet, yes, at
It's
this
not
point
in my
you're
nature
winning.
to stink the joint out. It's not in my nature.
Sometimes you have.
Yeah. Not
And I
on
thought you would
purpose.
be nice.
No, not this time.
Clearly.
Not this
Clearly.
time. We're into fantasy football and football now. The competitive
Okay, well,
streak
then we'll
is
just have
running
to
hard.
use Scandal on Friday.
All right, that's what we'll do for the Friday
you
song.
won't. No, you
I
won't.
wouldn't even let you.
No, you won't. Although you did play Peter Cetera today, and I appreciate
Happy
that.
birthday to that troubadour.
79 today.
79 on
It
Peter
took
Cetera.
some work, but Mark did finally play Glory Love for me, so I do thank you for that. But if
Okay.
you want to get your votes in for Throwback, Facebook and Instagram, it's up there.
Scandals the Warrior really, really needs some votes today. And that would be great. I hope it does
You know
win
what?
so that we don't fight.
It is close. Like,
It
it's
is.
not a
Yeah, it
clear
is. Yeah.
winner yet, but Mark is ahead of me by
I've
a
edged
couple.
ahead. bghf.ca/auction.
Mm-hmm.
That's going on today. Get your votes in and join us tomorrow for Mark and Charity Mornings here at 95.5 Hits FM.